On a specified 1,000. Help playing.
Right?
Something.
All right, the lovely, shivering, heavily clad Ms. Danielle.
Hello.
Shiver me Finbers,
Wow.
as she otherwise goes by.
Shiver me tinkles.
Actually, Danielle, and I wasn't going to tell you this, but I have a feeling it would upset Cory.
Oh, well, please do, by all means.
After waiting that long, like starting to fall asleep, there's actually a button that turns that into overdrive, and it's only on level 1 right now. You can notch it up to level 2. Just open that door.
Do you know why I only put it on the first one?
You didn't put it on anything. I set that up.
Well, last week I did.
Right.
So unless you tried to change it, that's what it was set up from last week.
Well, I also moved it. I've done a lot since I've been here.
He's painted a couple of rooms.
I also
put some furniture together.
Drywalled.
I also
cooked me a nice pot roast.
I also moved it to that receptacle because you don't want to be plugging in a space heater to any kind of surge protector or anything that you're also running a fridge off of.
Right, which is what we did last week, which is why I only that's why I only put it on the first one. I'm like, if I turn this up to the second one.
So now it's directly into a 110, which is fine. You're not using it for anything else. But if you look inside the fridge there,
go ahead and open it up, Danielle.
Open the fridge.
I listen to no one. I'm not your girlfriend. Not your waitress. The bottom
fridge opener.
The bottom shelf that can now be taken advantage of because I used some duct tape
the miracle duct tape
to fix the shelf.
Oh, I see. I was like I'm looking at this part.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Also found out that Bob needs a new ball cock assembly inside his toilet down here because it just runs.
Needs a new what?
Ball cock assembly.
Oh, okay.
And also the reason why you're always cold is because his glass block opening window right up here in the bathroom doesn't shut.
Oh.
So there's air coming in from the outside just constantly blowing into the basement. So
Makes sense.
He's like,
Interesting.
So I have done a lot since I've been here. So that needs to, you're paying all kinds of money for your money going right out the window with that. And the toilet with that running all the time.
To be fair. It was only until recently that door actually has been off the hinge. And it's only recently gotten cold enough to notice. So I'm glad you spotted it.
Well, that also probably explains why your toilet froze over last year.
Yeah.
Because that door was closed and all the winter's air came inside and was refrigerating that room.
Yeah.
And that's why it leaked onto the ground. You had to cut your carpet out.
I do remember walking in there and being like,
Yeah, there was legit, the toilet, like, literally had a giant cube of ice inside.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
you not remember that?
No.
See that carpet right there? He cut that out because it leaked all over the place.
Yeah, had to have the toilet replaced.
And his electric bill has probably been insane last winter.
No more insane than usual.
Well, that's been there for a while then, if that's usual, so. Could be.
Yeah, probably. I mean, shit, I can't remember the last time I...
Must be nice to open your vault and dive into your money.
How long? We've been doing this for a year.
I don't know, it's whatever it is, I pay it.
No one's used that bathroom in...
Cory likes to use it.
I use it all the time.
Yeah. I let you use it, but I wouldn't let people whose opinion I respect and whose health I want to preserve use it.
Fair enough.
How do you think we melted the ice the first time? Cory dropped a big log right on top of it.
That's right.
Cory's hot stream.
Just melts right down through like a Snickers bar.
Ew.
Like a sag nut in a...
Saved Bob's entire basement.
That would suck if, like, you're in a pinch and you waddled and ran into there and we were all up here, upstairs or something.
Right.
Dropped a deuce, not knowing that it was a giant chunk of ice down there.
It was just
just shit out of water, just sitting right there. Oh, fuck.
It would have just sat there.
Aw. Indy, did you go somewhere?
Your hot stream would have melted the hole right down to the bowl. It would have traveled. It would have traveled eventually.
Are we on Podbean?
I hope so.
We are.
All right.
Yeah, because this is the kind of talk that gets us listeners.
This is episode what again?
45.
Episode 45. All right.
Oh, hello, Scott.
No,
Scotty Moore.
Girl Friday 8 has rejoined.
Oh, excellent. Hello, Olivia.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That's gonna keep listeners.
Yep. I don't know who you are. You're not important.
I don't have the screen that I can constantly keep
Well, none
up
of us
with
do.
any
It's
of
Cory who's got it.
Mm-hmm.
But as he just did, he's keeping us abreast of who's in the room.
I'm sure he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just made that up.
Hug, 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 kiss, 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 kiss.
Wait, were you... Who came up with that schematic of
You. Oh, of what
the
schematic?
various...
The one he sent us?
Yeah.
That was him.
I made it. It took me some time.
I was going to say, because he didn't just go with the, like, alternating. He put some thought into that.
It took me some time. Now I realize the pain that they go through every night. And I remember I said, "Oh, you just have like 5 versions of that cut and paste." And
Yeah.
No, I just do something different every night. I'm like, oh god, why is everything's so
It's
methodical?
so... Yes, we were just talking about this last night.
Every move,
Yeah.
everything is.
Why are you inviting 99 people to every YouTube or every Facebook invitation?
I just love that. I don't think he wants a quick fix.
No.
Cory's every fiber of his being is, this methodical mindset of it's really well thought out, because he sits there and he'll
Wait, the first thing was awesome where you just one finger on the keyboard.
yeah
Tick.
and then he'll go click,
Tick,
enter,
tick.
and it populates. All right. Take a little sip, talk to somebody, but it's something is constantly happening. If you had a quick fix that he could just, because he could do that with the hug, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss.
Absolutely.
He could have a Word file with 10 of them so Danielle wouldn't know.
You could write yourself a macro. You could program it in Perl and automate it that way.
Yeah. He doesn't want that.
No.
Nope. He wants the tongue out of the mouth,
That is a Selesky trait.
the hen pecking at the keyboard.
I don't do the tongue out of the mouth like Andy does.
Oh my God, yeah.
likes to stroke his beard a little bit, think about
A
it,
lot of beard stroking.
take a sip of Fireball, a little bit of vodka.
Look around.
Yeah. Get up, go to the bathroom, come back, computer's still going. If he could honestly just press a button that would have a macro or something like that,
yeah.
like send this to Danielle, everyone's invited, this is done, boom, laptop closed. He wouldn't know what to do with himself.
No, he wouldn't. No, he would not.
And it used to just be like when we were not there that this was like a pacifier, but now this is even taking over more than when we're there.
That is true. That is true.
He's actually got a little face sticker of Bob on this side and then me on this side.
Right. So he doesn't even have to interact with anybody around him at the bar. It's just like,
You know what we should
everybody's
do?
right out of my screen.
We should get him 2 custom rear view mirrors that, like at Bosco's desk, that just on the side, so he doesn't have to do full head turns. He can just look. Fuck Nancy, because he's got the one in front of the bar most of the time.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of high bottles. So
Kind of sit up a little bit.
yeah, no, that's not good.
No.
So we need to get them little ones that maybe clip right onto the side or magnet to the side. I'm sure they make something like that.
Oh, I know they do.
Do they?
Because I used to work with a guy who employed those to make sure you didn't see what he was surfing.
Oh, someone's coming.
Quick hotkey off to the spreadsheet.
But it would have to be modular, like a magnet or something that wouldn't interfere with the screen, that you could just clip, could close the computer still.
I did see something pretty sweet on Instagram the other day that kind of goes.
Of course you did.
They make a monitor now that will attach to the back of your existing laptop screen
Yeah.
and pull out to give you an extra monitor, so you can have dual screens going.
That doesn't really solve the problem we're trying to solve here.
No, I know. That's why I said something along those lines, not exactly.
So
How are you seriously thinking about picking this up?
Yeah, it's like $40.
But is the goal then to be able to multitask and get things done quicker? Because I feel like this is not your wheelhouse.
I can have more screens open at once.
Right, but the one you've got, your problem is not like I only have one screen. I could be doing so much more if I had a second screen. Your problem is what you're doing on that one screen is being done in the longest hardest way possible.
It's not the longest and hardest way. You're typing names out.
Yeah, I know, but you could be using your time to program your way out of that.
You said you wanted to go into computer sciences, Cory.
Yeah.
This would be your first dabble into it. Can you create a macro to make your life easier with Facebook? And with your H&Ks with your girlfriend?
Yeah. So, yes, so just to back up, so we can skip and know what the hell we're talking about. What Cory does is every time we have a Facebook event, like coming up on Podbean live broadcast for the Schnozzcast, he'll take the logo. Sometimes that Nick makes, other times it's just the standard Schnozzcast logo, and he'll actually tag a bunch of people to let them know that it's coming. And the limit is 100, right, or 99? 99 people you can tag. But according to Cory and everything I could see with a quick Google search, is there's no real easy way to automate tagging those people, or even to tag them once and then copy them off to like a text file.
But you said to the contrary, right? Last night you said you found something.
I found something, but we'd had enough drinks that time where I don't even really remember how real it was.
Well, I had told you, I said that I think you have to wait till you actually post it and then be able to go back and copy all the names from the post to create that. That's what it sounded like, because it said, I remember you got as far as like the second step, which was right click anywhere on the picture of the post, and then you're supposed to say copy macro or whatever. Right.
But we couldn't move any forward any further because he hadn't actually posted yet.
Right, because he henpecked the entire night we were there.
Yes.
That was on the screen the entire night, and then all of a sudden, apparently, the difference between Tiffany on his left he can't talk to, but Tiffany on his right, they're old friends that grew up together for 50 years.
Well, no, because she had Bob at first to talk to, and then when you...
I didn't see you turn it over talking to me because I didn't have anyone to talk to.
I talk to you enough on a daily basis.
Literally, Bob was
like the Great Wall of China
Cory,
for Nick.
Oh no!
Close your laptop. Nick's surfing his phone. I'm talking to Tiffany, and you're on your laptop.
But he's, Nick is,
way
Nick
down
is separated from everybody by Cory.
I already told her this
Great Wall of laptop. Yeah.
And I said that when Tiffany got up and went to the bathroom, Nick just sat in her chair.
That's not the way it went, actually.
No, yeah, because I said, why don't you switch?
Nope.
With Nick, he's like,
that's not how it happened either.
To do that. Well, that's what I asked him.
How it happened,
he didn't do it.
Was we said, Tiffany said she smelled cinnamon, and we made the joke that Cory perspired cinnamon from Fireball, and then Cory said he farted, and that's what we smelled. And then he said a dust of cinnamon just comes out when he farts. And then we said,
a cloud of exhaust.
And then I said, wouldn't that be funny if Bob and Cory were like, we'll be right back. Walked out to the car to do something, and Bob just had a plume of cinnamon on his face. And at that point, Tiffany was so disgusted that she said, I'm going to get up and sit down here. And she got up and moved, and I sat in her spot, and when I moved her drink down, she's like, well, I guess I'm staying down here. I'm like, you moved.
Yeah, it was her idea.
And then they were like Golden Girls for the rest of the night. You couldn't get a word in. Nothing happened on this.
Show me that smile.
But does that also include the 25 minutes that you guys were gone getting cigarettes and talking outside?
Well, we went outside, and for whatever reason...
You guys also went out front. We all left at the same time.
Yeah, we got up...
We did that as a joke.
We hadn't even left yet.
Yeah,
I know you guys hadn't. But we said when you guys were coming back in, we were going to be dicks and just walk out the front, which didn't seem to matter to either of you. So,
no.
But you walked out the front as we were walking out the back.
Right.
Never mind. Okay.
I mean, needless to say, it was funny because we laughed all the way to the store.
We did.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Out the front, we just kept laughing. It was really funny.
Yeah. It was.
As we drove by the front, he's like, "They're not in the front." I'm like, they're in that little vestibule.
And
then we talked the whole way to the gas station about, is it a vestibule or an atrium?
We did. Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Because Tiffany even stopped and turned around. She's like, what the fuck? They don't even care. I'm like, yep, they sure don't.
That's true.
That was very true.
Yeah.
Well, so, for whatever reason, Bob always has cigarettes and I always have my vape. And or Bob will also have his vape. I didn't have an extra coil to put in mine, so I just didn't even bring it. So all last night I didn't have it, and then I'm like, oh, you got your vape with you? He's like, no. And I was like, well, if you have a cigarette or something, I'll walk outside. He's like, I don't have cigarettes either. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on tonight?
What kind of lives are these?
Right. So I said, well, you want me to take you to the? No. I'm like, dude, there's a gas station. I can get you. No. I'm like, come on. He's like,
and then you said,
I said, well, you don't want a cigarette? Oh God, no. No, I absolutely 100% want a cigarette.
yeah. But then you said,
What did I say?
oh, I'll have one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then we're going.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Get your keys.
So, I said, I don't have any kind of nicotine right now, so I don't inhale them, so it's just getting into your bloodstream somehow. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So we go, I'm like, we'll just go right here. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, he didn't know what I was talking about. And we pulled out to the left, that party store that's right across Telegraph.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, now mine's out.
Shit, sorry.
And he's like, holy shit, they're open? I'm like, yeah.
The Shell right on the corner there?
Yeah.
It was like 20 after 1.
He's like, how is it open so late?
Dude, okay, so every time I pick Bob up...
Yeah, every time.
And, hey, can you stop and, I didn't get a pack of cigarettes. It's, okay. So, during the week, I'll stop at the Shell at Ford and Telegraph.
Right.
On the weekends, I'll bypass that one, and Bob will be like, oh, where are you going? I'm going to the Shell at 1 and Telegraph. Well, they're closed. They close at midnight. No, Bob, for the 30th time, on Fridays and Saturdays, they're open till 2 o'clock. And literally, every time we've done this, where are you going? They're open till 2, Fridays and Saturdays. It's a pretty simple schedule.
It's like driving your grandpa around, isn't it?
Basically.
Like, no, it's okay, Grandpa. They're open.
No worries.
Yep,
and I don't know,
right.
what were you doing? You were like arguing with the gas station attendant about something. I hear
Was it Kim? Was it Kim?
It was Kim, yeah.
He's like,
she's like, oh, what are we drinking tonight? I go, I don't need anything to... No, what are you drinking tonight? I go, nothing, I'm just... And then she wanted to make small talk, and I'm like, tick-tock, pitter-patter. I got Nick sitting out of the car.
Actually, I was in the store with him.
Oh, damn it.
I was buying... What was I buying, Bob?
Oh,
I even know
not
this.
the Bafo, but the other, like an off-brand.
A local company pizza roll, homemade pizza
Belleville.
rolls that are covered in Cajun seasoning.
Ooh.
Which you can smell through the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also bought 2 of the smelliest car fresheners I've ever... It smelled like somebody...
I bought the new car one. Because every now and then I throw it in my car. Well, when you first open it, yeah, it's overwhelming. And I literally just opened it
and
hung
not
it
in a
up.
good way, not like...
And
but fresh.
But it's one of those ones, like, if it had...
Holy sweet Jesus.
If you only put one in there and, like, a day goes by, it smells good.
You shouldn't ever have more than one.
It felt like he took both of them and just like rubbing over my face, going,
well, because I said,
smell that.
I said, oh, smell this pizza roll. He's like, well, what is that? You got some air fresheners? And I said, yeah. He's like, you're opening that now? And I was like, yeah. So I go like this, and open it, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, oh. And he like opens the window. He's like,
like a dog, just put my head out the window, like, oh God.
He's like, it smells like a Ukrainian prostitute in here. I'm like, what?
Now you know how I felt when you burped that day when you got in the car.
Oh no, that was a sweet aroma of like cinnamon bread cooking in your grandma's kitchen compared to what I smelled last night.
Bob goes, throw that out the window and hang up the pizza roll on the rear view mirror.
Would have been better.
And we do have Scotty Moore now.
Scotty Moore. You know what, the other thing, I half expected to get a phone call from you today going, boys, can't make it to the podcast tonight. Found a guy, got some Tool tickets for tonight.
Nah.
Half expected it.
No.
Podcast is more important.
Yeah.
And plus, I've seen them 4 times live, so.
That's true.
What time do you think Joe's getting here?
Ooh, well,
1/2 past never.
Last week he wanted to know if we should I bring food? He doesn't even show up.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna bring food. No, you're not. Because you're not.
Well, I love how he just won't respond. Like, all you have to say is, not gonna make it tonight, guys. Thanks.
He won't respond or say stuff about nights like tonight when he's not gonna be here. But yet, when you say, "Hey, anyone going up to Ray's? Go, I can't tonight." Why'd you even respond to that?
Right.
That's when you just shouldn't respond, and we'll get it when we get there that you're not gonna be there.
Or like when he initiates the Raise thread. Hello, anyone going to Raise? Well, okay, what time? Why? He's so like incessant about like needing to know what time can we go earlier, can we do this, but then you never see him the whole time he's there. He's over at the dartboard. So it's like, why don't you just go, tell yourself we're there, and just play darts? Because the only time we see him is like you get like a little furrowed brow or a head nod when he's coming to get another beer, and then,
can you give me another beer?
Yeah.
Or make her get me another beer.
Yeah. Can you break it 20 for me? Can you put this in the jukebox for me? Hey, I'll take another Miller High Life there, toots.
He's one of the few people that like gets angry if you buy him a shot, because that means he has to walk over from the. I'll just do mine over here. That's and shits all over the idea and does it. But then he also gets angry because he knows like he has to reciprocate, which he usually does.
He does. He absolutely does.
And he's like, I'm go back over here, fucking. Okay, you pussy's ready. And then he'll go back to the. I mean, he never. I don't get it.
I wonder if people listen to this are like, why do these guys hang out with each other? They don't like anything about each other.
Oh, we like each other.
Shitting all over each other.
We like each other.
Just Joe.
Yeah.
I find Joe endlessly amusing. Maybe I'm the only one, but.
No, I don't have a problem with Joe.
You didn't find him
when he makes me his fucking waitress.
You didn't find him endlessly amusing when you said you were going to drag him out by his neck and throw him in the yard and tell him he's not welcome anymore.
All right, fair enough. Maybe there's not endlessly is probably not the right word.
I don't care.
Intermittently amusing.
I don't care. I'll be the asshole. I'll be the bad guy. I don't give a fuck. I will grab him by the scruff of his shirt and drag him outside. Like, okay.
That or when you just abruptly end a podcast episode with Brandon yelling.
That's the one I checked out and I was just like. It was like somebody shut the robot off, and he was just like.
Well, there was that one, and then the one that I can't even remember what you just kept on screaming into the mic.
Yeah, I remember that too, because I'm like
stew related.
No.
I remember he took this giant swig, like as if someone got off of like a shipwrecked, like some sort of dinghy or something for 30 days and never had anything to drink or water. This giant swig of wine, and took his headphones off. And just started yelling things into the mic, and Joe is still prattling on about
Michigan minimum wage.
14-year-olds don't have any work ethic and all this other stuff, and I'm like looking around like, what the fuck is going? Well, I don't know where you went.
I think I would.
You shut down.
This was the episode that we published.
Oh, I don't know, because I finally was like, all right, I guess we're done. And I think you said you're like, that was the night where you had to like actually tell him, okay, Joe, can Nick say, because he kept cutting me off, he wouldn't let me talk, and you're like, can Nick say, okay, Nick's got to say something, I'd say something, nobody cares. You're like, you just talked for 25 minutes.
I feel like we did publish this. It was like number 4.
Yeah, I would say it was very early on.
It was upstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah. In his defense, I feel like he's gotten a lot better. We don't have those same sorts of problems anymore.
No, definitely not.
I think he's gotten the feel for. I don't know why I'm now like giving him all sorts of kudos and stuff, but
he hasn't showed up 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why.
Danielle wasn't there then.
No.
I wonder how she would have reacted to that.
I had said.
I don't think much, but I think she probably would have just sat there and stared.
Would you rather have listened to Joe prattle on for 25 minutes about minimum wage laws in Michigan, or a 15-minute conversation about balls?
Balls.
Yeah? All right. That's the quote for the night. Danielle prefers balls. Moving on.
Balls.
Moving on.
So housekeeping.
Now that we're 26 minutes in.
But that makes me so happy. I remember when we were like, okay, it's been 90 seconds. We need to get through housekeeping because otherwise it's going to be crickets. No one knows what to talk about.
And by we, he means me saying that to him.
True.
Okay.
The only housekeeping I think I have is, Thanksgiving's coming up, fellas.
You're such an ass.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
What?
Last time I gave her a drink, or she asked me if I wanted to have a sip of her drink. And apparently she has like a tell, like she dents her can.
I dent my can.
Purposely.
Why?
Because it lines up with the mouth of the... My family does
Does it
it.
help you drink the...
Otherwise she spills it all over herself.
No.
When she makes her bed, all the flowers have to be facing west because that's the direction that the sun
That's where
rises.
Mecca is.
Or that's when the sun sets. That's where the sun sets.
No. No, my whole
You know,
family
Joe does
it.
that same shit too, where he always spins the tab
OCD.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I dent my can, but both of those assholes squeeze it so the dent comes out.
Well, see, he did it purposely,
Good for you.
and I did it almost OCD in my own right.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
She handed me this can. I'm like, clink, and I go like that, and I like take a sip, not even knowing I did it. And I hand it back. And she's like, "Did you indent my can?" And I go, "Yeah, why? Of course, why?" And she was like, and she just laughed. And I didn't understand it at the time. I'm like, "Why? Yeah, I just fixed something for you. Why are you upset?"
Because I put it like that on purpose.
I would really like to snip out the audio of you doing Danielle's laughter. I think I do it too, because when I'm cleaning up the empties and stuff from podcasts going by,
Right.
I probably just notice it and just subconsciously like
Undent
undent
it.
it. But Joe's driving me fucking insane, because I'm always like, God, I gotta turn the tab around, and it's not necessary to rinse out the beer can,
But it's easier when you're returning
but I
stuff.
can't not do it. And I just sit there for like 5 minutes going, motherfucker.
Why though?
Same OCD thing. Like I see all the cans look the same except for Joe's. And in my head I'm like, there's no reason for him to have turned that tab around.
But just think
He just did it to fuck with
his
me.
tongue and lips were all over that little tab that you're just
I
putting
got
your
kids. You wash your hands. I'm in the middle of washing things, so it's fine.
That's all right. Speaking of cans, the other day,
Why are you looking at
Danielle Hartek.
Speaking of cans,
so
You
she
grabbed me a
she had a pop or something. She's like, she couldn't get the tab open. She's, hey, can you open this for me? I'm like, yeah,
Oh, that
So-
was a while ago.
yeah. I'm
let
well.
him tell the story though.
It was in Escoda.
No.
So
I guess while you're in there to save you the things, but I'm asking.
The mountains are blue.
time to drink.
I don't even know. Something from the door.
From the bottom.
The bottom.
Something from the bottom.
This one?
Oh no, not that one.
Is that the same
Oh,
thing?
not
What
that one.
kind of beer in the door do
What's
I
the
see?
can? What's the can? Sure. I think this is from Joe. So it's only fitting.
Cory was telling you a story.
Yeah, sorry.
So when you guys open a can, you push down on the mouth of it to make it easier to pull the tab, right?
No.
How am I the only one that's ever done this?
I don't know.
I
It
don't
works though.
Push down
I
on
just
the mouth of it.
Take
So,
my
like-
finger underneath the tab.
Yeah.
So you push here,
And it pops up.
and it pops it up the back, so it's easier to pull.
No, I don't do
That's
that.
2 moves. Rather than doing that and then this, I just do
You can
this.
make it one move.
I just use one hand and go, "Pts."
Yeah, one hand on the can.
And that is why, my friend.
Yeah, but you use
Yep.
your nail for that, right?
Yeah.
See, I can't.
Yeah, but I don't.
Can't what?
I don't have
grow a
nails.
fingernail?
I don't have nails.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
I'm
have
not-
like
no,
long
I'm-
fingernails.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I don't
saying.
have like coke nails.
I get that. I'm just saying, like putting my nail, like the
Yeah, I don't like
tab
that
in
feeling
between.
either.
I hate that.
But I use.
But it's not like a knife edge or something.
I don't like the feeling of it.
Yeah, I don't like the pressure pulling back on my nail either.
But it's
I
It's
don't.
not
I don't
that
actually
much
have
pressure.
nails. But
Actually, just talking about it's making my nails.
really.
well, you imagine the POWs in concentration camps. You got bamboo shoots. pounded
Oh
into
god,
the, under
that
the
makes me. That gives me
I almost
the
just-
heebie-jeebies.
I almost just
peed. Yeah.
Could you even imagine? I'd just be like,
No,
shoot me in the
no,
head. Just shoot me in the head.
And I used to watch, old John Ford westerns and, Sans Iwo Jima and shit like that with my dad when I was a kid. And he would tell, those would be his asides. Be like, hey, that guy in that scene there, I think they're about to do the bamboo shoots. And I'd be like, oh man, I don't want to watch.
No,
Go upstairs. Come on, be a man, stay down here and watch the bamboo shoots with me.
Well,
Yeah, I can't do it.
Remember McFarlane's fingers?
Seth MacFarlane.
Ray.
I know who you're. I
He was POW. Did you ever hear about any of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was POW in the Marines. He said that they were driving down a tank trail in the middle of the jungle, and he said that all of a sudden he was in like a Humvee in the right side, and he said that all of a sudden there was a loud explosion, and he looked to the left, and the driver was like his legs were just there. He was completely gone. And he said the only thing that saved him was he was sitting over the battery of the vehicle, and it took the blow. And he said he passed out, woke up, and he was held captive. They took him and held him captive. And he said he was there for, I don't even know how long, weeks, I think. And they would tie cables to his fingers, yank on them, and they'd snap.
Oh.
And he said he had like a burlap sack over his head, like the whole time.
Yeah.
And he would just look through the seam. He said he was able to rearrange the sack to where he could look through the seams, because he said he wanted to see who was going to kill him, because he's like, if I ever get out, And I think after about 2.5 weeks, a group of 6 Navy SEALs stormed the village and took down all the guys, and they took captive a couple of them. And he said he found one of the guys that was torturing him.
Yeah.
And he just said, I can't tell you the rest of the story. He said, but I got my revenge in a very gruesome way.
Wow.
I said, oh, Jesus.
The whole time you're telling him, like, can you even tell that story?
Yeah.
I guess you just did.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy.
And he also said that he fell. I remember his legs were messed up.
Yeah, and I remember that story. He snapped his femur somehow.
He fell like 40 feet off of a cliff or something, and it blew out both his knees.
Holy shit.
So this guy was a badass, though. I remember we used to take weed off people, and this kid was like a jackass, and I remember he made him eat the joint.
He would do stuff like he was
like, you're either getting locked up or you're gonna eat it.
Well, that's housekeeping for the week.
That it is.
No. Actually, the only thing I did have was, so Thanksgiving is coming. I don't know if we probably all need to talk about, like, are any of us going to be around to do one, or do we want to use that weekend
to do a Friendsgiving together? Sure, we can do that.
I thought we were doing that. Like, was it like Wednesday night at your house or something? Or sorry, at the pub.
We were talking. I don't think we ever told. I don't think we told Cory.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I think you put it on Facebook.
No.
Invitation.
Oh no, not the night before.
Yeah.
That's the party thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No. I'm talking about two different things. One.
Oh, you're talking about the Friends is in the TV show Friendsgiving?
Kind of. I was actually just talking about us getting together and eating Thanksgiving style food, but
okay.
But no, the thing we were talking about last night was we were outside smoking, and I noticed Jason's grill, and I had said, dude, we should bring some food up here one time and grill. And Bob's like, oh yeah, we can do that. Jason will let us do that. He's told us before. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. And I said, yeah, instead of spending money, we'll get some steaks or something. So he's like, dude, yeah, we'll get a couple porterhouse steaks. We'll come up on like a slow night, and I'll bring the sous vide. We could just set it in the back, and then we can sear it right on the grill and maybe have some potatoes or something like that. I was like, that would be awesome. He's like, we should absolutely do that. So just to make it Uncle Ray's official, I asked Jason. He's like, yeah, man, I got no problem with that. Just make sure there's enough propane, or bring some if you need it. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's what we should do.
And you want to do that just eventually down the road, or
soon?
Thanksgiving weekend?
Well, I will be working Thanksgiving Day. I got the short straw on that, but the night before we're going out.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily have to be a Thanksgiving thing, but we can do it in the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm good with all that. I was just thinking, as far as recording a podcast goes, that weekend we do have the Philanton Wally Welch podcast in the can that we could release. That's something in the can for a weekend where we can't record. I just don't know what your guys' schedule is. We'll have to talk about that, I guess.
I believe I'm off Saturday, Sunday. Cory will have to triple check his, because he's had some issues in the past couple of days.
That's not going away anytime soon.
That's fine.
You take it all in good stride, though, sir. And so my hat's off to you.
Hey, I thought I was off, so nothing I can do about it now.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's the only thing I had for housekeeping. Does anybody else have anything?
I'm still missing something.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Still something missing. What? Grab it yourself. Why am I gonna get it for you?
It was easier that way.
Is there a larger story you want to tell with that?
No, that was just the other night when he thought he was off. He came to my house. He said he'd have one drink. And I'm like, all right. And apparently the shots we had before had just started to hit. and he just stood in my kitchen like this, and he's like, where is the, and I go, oh, look, I said I got a whole 2-liter Sprite right here. I set on the counter, and he's like, all right, something's missing. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And I'm running around like a fucking idiot. I'm like, I don't know why he just doesn't grab it himself. Everything's within arm reach in my kitchen, and he's been there a million times, so he knows where it is. So I go and I grab a cup like an idiot out of the cupboard, and I set it down. I'm like, here you go, buddy. He's like, something's still missing. And I'm like, you don't even like ice. I'm like, I can get you. No. Something's still and I just grab the tub of vodka right underneath, right next to his arm, and go like that and put it on the table. He's like, there we go. You want me to fucking pour it in your mouth too?
To the old baby bird.
Right. Jesus.
I do. Yeah, I wanted to hear that story.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
I just laughed. I'm like, what is wrong with you? He's very low maintenance though. Doesn't need ice. Just needs a cup, whatever vodka you have, and Sprite.
Yep, it's Sprite. Right. Sprite doesn't have to be warm.
Cold.
Cold. Doesn't have to be cold.
He prefers it warm.
He does.
But the funny thing about it is that he's so particular about Sprite.
Oh,
not vodka.
It can't be like lemon lime
slice. No.
Right. Can't be Fresca.
No, Slice has citrus. Like,
could it be 7-Up?
I'll do something.
I'll do 7-Up. What about ginger ale? Would you do ginger ale? Like Canada Dry?
Oh, no, Canada Dry is disgusting.
Why?
It's dry.
Yeah, that's in the name.
Because we live in Michigan, we drink Berners.
Might as well mix with some cranberry juice.
Right. I can do Schweppes.
Okay, all right.
Danielle.
Schweppes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Speaking of that, it's time for another edition of Danielle's Word Box.
There's not very many left in there.
Oh, there's enough.
All you need is one.
Sorry,
first yawn of the night, right before the Word Box.
it.
I don't feel bad for doing this Word Box now at all. Hey, Cory, would you like to introduce our listeners to the concept of Danielle's Word Box and what it's all about?
Well, there's a myriad of words in the Word Box that start with a SCH, because Danielle likes to be very windy with her SCHs. So one day we decided to just write a bunch of words, SCH words, and put them in the little fireball bin and have Danielle pick one and say it.
All right.
We actually made this decision without Danielle.
Yes.
She wasn't here.
That's how all the best bits get started. But to be clear, and to reinforce the rules of the game, no help from boyfriends.
I know.
Do you?
I messed it up last week anyways.
All right, she's fishing around. There's only 2 left.
Oh.
Little indie hair attached to it.
Yep.
It has just everything.
There's a lot of indie
All
hair
right.
attached.
Danielle's word.
Jesus. It sucks because I can't read Nick's handwriting either.
But that's what makes it a great bit. Don't help her, motherfucker.
I don't know what that letter is. It looks like a symbol.
Take a shot. Where unlike Cory's beard, like the hair actually like grows out in all directions.
Okay.
So when they grow it, like as the longest that Cory ever had his beard, their beards like comes out this far from their face.
That's kind of what Alex's does. It comes like out and around.
It doesn't grow down.
Yeah, it's weird.
Back. It just was out.
Speaking of being back, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Time to wake up.
Yep.
I did have a story that I wanted to tell.
Oh, God. Motherfucker.
What?
Sorry, mine went out.
I'm like, I don't have to tell the story.
I know.
Don't want to hear the fucking story, Bob.
Fucking story.
Fiddle fuck 1 and fiddle fuck 2. It's twice now. It's gone out.
Please just relish this moment where Nick's not mad at you. He's mad at us.
Right.
That's right.
At the fiddle fucks.
You're right.
That's right.
You're in Nick's good graces, and you should generally just be happy with that. Rather than him just picking on you all night. Yeah.
Yes.
No. God.
She was just learning to sleep with her eyes open.
I was like, I'm nodding my head, but I keep forgetting I have to actually speak.
So it was probably maybe 3 weeks ago. Every year, Jack's in the marching band of high school, and every year they have it's like a battle of the bands kind of a thing where all these marching bands come in. Oh, is this the part where she starts yawning?
No, you just have to keep her attention. You got to talk towards her, though.
Oh, okay.
That usually.
Why are you staring at me?
So his school, Divine Child, went to this battle of bands, and it's at Westland John Glenn High School. And
why are you both staring at me?
I'm not staring.
Motherfuckers, not you.
Motherfuckers!
I am not staring at you.
Why are you both staring at me, motherfuckers? It's a podcast. Where am I supposed to look?
Look at Bob. He's the one
At the
talking.
ground?
I'm telling the story.
At the ground.
All right, so
Out of me.
Danielle.
Jack's band generally does well at these sorts of things, and the idea is that it starts at promptly at 6, and every band gets 15 minutes, and they go out there to do their regular halftime show that they do at their home games. And there's some judges that are sitting up in the press box that are watching everything, and there's some sort of criteria they're using to grade the bands, right? So Jack's band comes out and they do their show, and it's the same show they've done. I've seen it a bunch of times. They did a great job. Then they're followed immediately by John Glenn's high school marching band. They're at John Glenn. So John Glenn, they pull out all the stops, and they brought out, instead of the band just marching out of the field, they had this basically tractor truck pulling like a flatbed, and they had the drummer sitting on the flatbed at his drum kit, just sitting on the flatbed while he pulled this kid out there, and then started unloading the drums, and they're unloading, and they've got, every marching band has a drum major where they put a big platform. It's 8-10 feet high, and the drum major stands, and that's where they sort of conduct the band. A lot of bands have between 1 and 3 different drum majors because the bands are big, so they put 3 different platforms on the sidelines so that everybody can see and they can all keep time. John Glenn's like, no, fuck that, we've got 5 drum majors, and so they put them on the other side of the field too, so that during their routine, as they're walking around and they're moving in formation, whichever direction they have to be looking at, they're going to see a drum major, and it's all very coordinated. But the coolest part about John Glenn was their band director. I've never seen their band before, but this guy, are you guys young enough, old enough to remember Bobby Knight from Indiana basketball?
Oh yeah.
How he used to come out just like a wild man,
Very angry.
just pacing and throwing folding chairs and onto the floor.
Real
This
quick,
guy,
not to interrupt, but Bobby, they actually, that's who Ron Swanson always references in Parks and Rec,
Oh, okay.
and he was the coach in the big picture he has in the background in his
Gotcha.
office.
Yeah, good call. This guy was the Bobby Knight of band directors, and he was just like a feral animal, just pacing back and forth on the track behind the drum majors. And there were people wandering around there that were with John Glenn that were trying to help or just basically be there for when things were needed. And he was just in his own little world, running into them. He's like, "Oh, sorry." And while they're playing, he's like, "Come on, Woodwinds, come on, Woodwinds," and he's calling people out like, "Come on, Hirschfeld, you got to hit that solo, Hirschfeld." And he's shouting while they're playing this. You can hear him over the music. And I'm sitting next to Jack's girlfriend's dad, and we're just dying. And I'm not watching the band anymore at all. I'm just watching this guy because I don't know what he's going to do next. And he just continues at the same sort of thing. And as they sort of hit the end of the song, he would just pace around and he'd be like, "Yeah!" At the end. "Yes! Trombones, you got it. You know it. You keep that up. Hit it, hit it, hit it." And I couldn't watch anything else. So he set the high bar. I'm like, well, shit, there's no way DC's winning this Battle of the Bands now. So they leave with their trailer and everything, and the guy's like, "Oh, yeah, great job, guys. You guys fucking rock." And then the next school came out, and they must have known. They're like, "Oh, John Glenn, they do a good job, and we're not going to be upstaged by them." So they came out with these giant lithographs. They almost look like oil paintings of sunsets and beaches and people walking with their children, in front of like the lapping of the waves and everything. Just huge easels that were probably like 10 feet by 10 feet, and they set them out in the field in the middle of the band. And they started off the whole thing with this recording that was like a motivational speaker, like a Tony Robbins type of guy, who would say things like, life is full of obstacles that you need to overcome, but they're only obstacles. And then the band would just start playing, and you're like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Where are you guys going with this?
They're going nowhere with it. And every once in a while, like, the band would walk around and they would sort of point at some of these lithographs, these pictures, but they had nothing to do with what the voiceover was explaining. It was like watching someone trying to put on like Pink Floyd's The Wall, only it was run by like Tony Robbins with all these motivational remarks that would come in, and they'd come at the weirdest times where the band would be in the middle of playing, and all of a sudden they had like speakers out there by the drum majors, and they would play.
What are you pointing at?
On the road of life, sometimes there are two different paths. That's it. And then they just stop. You're like, I don't understand what that means, or what it has to do with the band, the oil paintings, or any of it. And they did that for 15 straight minutes. And some of the oil paintings, they would like turn around, like some of their trombones would come over, and they'd sort of shift around to turn it to another oil painting in the back. But other ones, they never moved. And none of them had anything to do with each other, and it was just sort of this weird pastel, coloring of band motivation. And oh my God, Tom and I were just dying.
It sounds like their band director was did a lot of shrooms in the 70s.
He was sitting on the bench, not saying a word, just kind of taking it all in. He's like, "This is my creation. Look what I have created.
I'm a fucking genius."
Yeah. Yeah, Pink Floyd's gonna take that junk, then. Everyone loves a little psychedelia.
This is the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah. So that's my band story.
All right.
How'd they do?
I really have no idea, because it's just like when Cecilia used to do like synchronized skating, they'd be there all day. We'd have to show up there like 6 a.m. and the girls would all get, they'd all get together and all happy to be there. They're talking about the routine and everything. And you go over with the parents who are all like chugging coffee, and they're like, it's like Saturday morning, 6 a.m. People are like, oh God. They'd be like, hey, what's up, Frank? He's like, not much. I'm like, yeah, so what time are they going to go on? About 3:30. I'm like, in the afternoon? Why are we here at 6?
What are we doing?
We're going to stay there all day waiting for them to go, because they want everybody to cheer on. So they finally, you're there all fucking day, and then 3:30 they do the routine, which by the way only lasts like 6 minutes. And then once they're done with the routine, they all have to go back up in the stands and sit together as a team and cheer on the rest of the other teams in their, from their ice rink. And I'm like, can we not leave? No, Dad, we got to stay until we find out the score. I'm like, when is that going to happen?
9:30.
Yeah. I'm like, no, we're not staying here for another 3 hours waiting to find out can't they just tell us later that we can text it out? We all have cell phones. I remember one time we were sitting maybe like several rows back from the team, and Cecilia, she came up, she's like, I need to go to the bathroom. And she was far younger at this point, so I'm like, yeah, I'll take you there. So we start walking out, and someone stops us, like, oh, where are you going? Daughter's got to go to the bathroom. No, we got to stay. Their other Dearborn team's about to hit the ice. I don't give a fuck. My daughter's got to go to the bathroom.
Right. She's got to go.
Well, you need to come back here. I'm like, yeah, we'll be right back. And so when we got back, I remember telling Kristen, like, we're getting the fuck out of here. I don't care what happens.
Well, if you're going to the bathroom, I'm just going to need to hold your phone and license.
That's exactly.
Give me your keys.
Yeah, give me your keys.
This is way too. And every time we were at the rink to do one of these shows, everybody's always like, oh, yeah, I think we're going to need to. I think it's about time we're going to need to buy new skate bags for the girls. We just fucking bought skate bags. 3 weeks ago, I just paid like $75 for a new skate bag. Bob, these are travel bags, not home bags. Oh, fuck me. Okay. And that's where hockey was always awesome, because hockey, you knew exactly, like, it's going to be $1,200 for the year. and that's it.
Right.
Pays for ice fees, pays for the refs, pays for registration fees, ice time practice, whatever. But that was it. But synchronized skating was always like every time you walked in the rink, someone's always like, "Hey, you got that money we need for new sweatshirts?" No, I don't.
Actually, I do not.
Yeah, it's $125. You can write a check. Do I really? Yeah, because all the parents need to have sweatshirts that say, Janie's mom, or whatever, Heather's the best.
Got to be identified somehow.
No,
Janie's got a mom.
Janie's got a gun. After that, God, that was the worst. The worst.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well,
just tell me up front what you need. I'll write a check, and that's it. Same shit happened with the school. Every time you're a Catholic school.
I mean, I personally don't know because I didn't write the
sale.
checks.
Hey, we're gonna fruit sale now. Oh no, we're gonna. Hey, if everybody could just write, send in some money for all the Kleenex and the paper towel and the markers that the kids are gonna need through the year. I'm like, I already just wrote you a check for tuition. Just lump it in there. I want one check. That's it. Like, I'm not doing a fruit sale. Who do I write the check to? I'm not selling Girl Scout cookies.
Not selling fruit.
No, I'm not going down to the Kroger and standing there for 3 hours trying to sell fucking boxes of whatever the fuck. No, who do I write the check to? Time's more valuable than that.
It's true. It is true. So Rosalita came back in the room.
Rosalita, up a little lighter. Do we know Rosalita?
Yeah, Tiffany.
Rosalita is what she's going by now. Okay.
No, I just made that up. She still has this.
Oh,
Tiff.
still Fiona?
No,
Oh,
she changed it to Tiff. Yeah.
See, I'm disappointed. I thought she said she was going to go by a different name every time.
That's what I was expecting too.
Yeah.
She told us last night. She's like, I'm just going to use a different name every time. So I happened to reference Superstore
for Amy.
and Amy's name tags.
Right. And I thought she giggled at that.
She did, but apparently it's not worth her time.
Disappointed. Disappointing.
Let's go ahead and block.
Come back when you got a different name.
Highbrow stuff here, Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nick, your thoughts?
I agree.
All right, fellas. What do we do? What do we need to do to put this in overdrive? Another shot?
I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, it's time for that.
Danielle's cat blinks were getting me a little tired, so.
You gotta stop looking at it.
Oh, we forgot to mummify the fucking fireball.
Yeah. Do you ever see a cat laying in the sun,
It's better,
like
though.
in a window, and it goes like this?
I've never paid attention to a cat that
Just
long
so
in my
everybody's
entire
knows,
life.
this is
So
an audio
They
podcast.
take those really long blinks. Fucking son of a bitch!
sorry, yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, there was no doubt that it was your bad. It wasn't like God. I wonder who did that.
So,
I thought there might have been a question
if you're
about
listening, so we're getting ready to pour shots, and Cory handed his shot glass over and literally almost said it directly on top of Nick's.
He said it right on my microphone cable that are very.
I'd already poured him a shot. He's like, oh, I'm so
Yeah, I need more.
I need more. I need more than that. That is not going to do it.
Yeah, they're very temperamental.
I'll admit, that was my bad.
Yeah, that doesn't at all interest me. I don't care about.
I feel like you did it just for the effect, though.
Well,
No, honestly, I went
one
to go
hand washes the next around here, so we'll see.
honestly, when you go set it down, I'm like, oh shit.
Fuck me, jeez.
I'm pretty sure his headphones went out.
All right, gonna do a shot?
No, I'm shot.
Yeah, shot.
Fuck you.
Grumble,
guys.
grumble, grumble.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you managed to do that, but
Well, sure, you touching his cable again.
no,
No.
mine went out.
It's because I focused my anger right on your cable.
Rage building. Anger rising.
Overture.
Curtains.
Inside.
Curve
This
the
is
lights.
it. Let's take the time.
Tonight's the
Oh,
night.
the heights.
We'll hit the heights.
And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Finally, a Bugs Bunny reference that someone else gets besides me.
Yeah.
And someone said that they'll change the name next time because they're driving now, but they were able to text that out onto the message
Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying. Just driving around in John Voight's car.
So I'm glad she's not texting and driving.
Clearly she is.
Someone said, was it someone or Tiffany?
Tiffany.
Someone also said that next time they would change her name. Like, so, is someone talking about her?
Oh, no.
What someone are we talking about?
Tiffany.
Someone. Someone.
Someone. How's that high noon pineapple shit?
Good.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
What you need to do, Cory, is discreetly put a dent where she doesn't want a dent.
No, because I'll fix it.
Will you?
You'd be too busy yawning to fix anything, I think.
I was going to say, I'm like, what the hell is that noise?
There's a cricket in here.
Cory was like...
I was stabbing.
What happened to the audio fidelity of this podcast?
I just want to see the ingredients.
No.
Oh, God.
Pineapple. Water. Sparkles.
Sparkle. Bubbles.
I got nothing. Nothing, pineapple girl.
Give him a ring.
I feel like it's Danielle's turn for a story.
Danielle, will you tell us a story?